Alright guys, today we're gonna attempt to put these coilovers in the car. You can see I got the car all jacked up already. I'm gonna do the fronts first. So in order to take off the old strut, gotta pop the tie rod here off, take the cotter pins out, the nut, and then there's two long bolts holding the strut in there. This one and then the one down here. Pop those off. After that, take off the brake line bracket and the ABS bracket back here. So you get the light in there. So brake line, ABS line, take those two out. From there, go on top, take off these top strut bolts, and that should drop the old strut out. And then the installation is just the reverse. Alright guys, there we go. Got the whole strut out. Next to it is the coilover that we're going to put in. See the size difference? Got both fronts done, passenger and driver side. Here's a shot of the driver's side. Everything's all torqued to spec. Here's the passenger side. Now we just gotta do the back. Then we should be good to go. Alright, so in order to get to the strut in the back, there's a bunch of plastic covering that are inside the trunk. You just have to pull those out. It's pretty simple. You just pop them out. And once you pop them out, it's going to look something like this. And the coils are open, or the strut, the OEM strut are open. You can get access to the two top nuts from there. The only tricky part, let me try to find it. The only tricky part that I got stuck on was this. This is the plastic hook that's inside. It's right on the side here. Actually, it goes up there just like that. I had a hard time trying to take that off. Let's see. The easiest way to take this off is if you look inside here, right there, a little hole here. You gotta get a screwdriver to go inside here, and pretty much where my finger down there is, get it in that gap. You pry it up, and that will allow this thing to fall out. It took me a while to figure that out, but eventually I did, and I was able to get these out. So that's the only tricky part. The other rest of the panel, you can just pull them off and it'll come right off. And then there's a couple clips here and there, but you should be able to see it when you do it. So that's that. Get those two nuts off, and then should be good to go. Alright, what's up guys? Sorry I didn't record it when I was installing the coilover in the rear, but I can explain to you guys how I did it. It's pretty straightforward. First thing you want to do is take off this nut and bolt. The nut is a 17 millimeter. What I did was I used an impact, and all I did was put a 17 millimeter here with my impact, and it just came right off. And then the rear strut, there's a bolt on the bottom of the strut. That's also a 17 millimeter as well. Take that one out. Once you do that, go on top. It's hard to see on top here without the lighting, but there's two top nuts holding the strut on top here. They're 14 millimeter. You take that out, and then the whole strut assembly should fall right through. One thing I do want to stress is make sure, if you guys are taking these off and you haven't worked on the rear of the car at all, make sure you spray lubrication on there. That way you don't end up stripping the bolt. And I suggest leaving it for a couple days to let it soak. That way it'll be a breeze when you go in there and try to take it out. And then once you do the installation, it should be the reverse of taking it off. Pretty straightforward. The only challenging part is lining up the camber control arm here, this arm here, back up with the hub. You might have to use a jack to lift up the suspension. That way it'll line up. That way you can put the bolt back through. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Pretty simple job once you get all the nuts and bolts out. The hard part is trying to get the nuts and bolts off. After that, I also went ahead and installed some new discs in the back, rotors. They're stop tack, And at the same time, I also decided, since I took off the bracket to install the rotors in, I decided that I should paint the bracket. So I paint that OEM silver, so it looks pretty nice. Still have to do the caliper, but that'll be another time when I have time to take off the whole thing, the whole assembly. But for now, it's just the bracket. Overall, it looks pretty nice. Just have to drop the car down and see if the height is correct. Hopefully it is. That way I don't have to take it all apart again and try to adjust the height. But yeah, that's it. So